What is love? Is it a feeling or is it a choice? Coming up, we discuss what we feel is the answer to this elusive question. Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started.
Hey, what's going on, loveologists? How y'all doing today? Hey. What's up, babe?
Hey, loveologist. Hey, honey.
Hey, how you doing? What's up, love? How's everything? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling great. You look good too, baby.
Oh, my
By the
gosh.
way,
Thank you, honey.
very delicious. Can someone look delicious?
I guess so. That's what you just called me. It's delicious, so I guess I look delicious.
That's awesome.
Like a snack,
Like a little snack.
like a whole meal. Ain't that what the kids say nowadays?
I,
So you ain't never
I
heard
ain't
this?
never heard that one.
What?
Nah.
Oh my God, we old.
Yeah.
You ain't heard people say you looking like a snack?
Maybe a snack, but not a whole meal.
Well, people say that as like a joke to the snack part. Like, no, I'm looking like a whole meal, not
Okay.
just a snack.
All right. Well, yeah, I missed that one, but it's okay. I got it now. So today's episode, we're talking about what is love. Is it a feeling or is it a choice? You know, we had this discussion with a few of our friends,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and even on the Wednesday discussion, we kind of previewed it, and some people said it's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say it's a choice.
I think most people were saying it was a choice, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So let's jump into this. What is it? Is it a feeling or is it a choice? I think it's both.
I do too. And we're going to spend this episode talking about why we think it's both.
So I want everybody to put their scuba gear on because Ashley is going to go really, really deep in this.
Well, love is deep.
Love is deep.
Well, it can be shallow and deep. That's what we're going to find out.
But is that really love if it's that shallow?
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Why can't love be shallow?
I don't know.
So basically, yes, we're going to go deep. Like I said, maybe it's not. I don't know. But I had to do a lot of research, you know, because, I mean, what is love? That's such a big question.
Right.
You know?
Let's not just, you had to do a lot of research. Okay, let the people know what type of research you had to do. Like
do you mean?
I mean, you read a whole book on it.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I like in order to like really tackle it, you need to read like 10, 15 books on it. Like,
yeah.
because everybody got different perspectives about, you know, this. But we're going to go with this, what I've come to conclusion. I was already feeling this way myself, but, you know, we're going to come to, well, what I've come to the conclusion that I like.
Okay.
And what I found to be true in my life and in my relationships.
Right.
Yes.
You know, I just think I go just quickly because I think it's pretty cool that, you know, you really dug deep and read that book. Me personally, I wouldn't. I'm not a big book reader. I'm becoming more of a book reader.
Mhm.
Right. So please, everybody, the book readers out there, please don't, you know, attack me. I like to listen to podcasts. You know, getting some great information through podcasts.
I think what we've discovered is that you are an auditorial. How do you say this? An audio learner,
Right.
and
And
actually,
visual.
Yes, you're more visual
And hands-on.
yes,
I just don't like to read. It's kind of boring.
right. But if you read a whole audio book or you listened to a whole audio book in like one day,
Yeah, for sure.
see,
While I was working on my daughter's play set.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you actually retained a lot of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because you told me, you know, some stuff that you had learned from the book that I read,
Right.
and I'm just like, I need to see it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's hard for me just to listen to it. I need to see something happening too.
Okay.
So, anyways, we digressing.
Let's
But
dive in.
so basically, I just want to start with the fact that the English language is just really confusing.
And basic.
Yes, it what is it? Somebody described it to me as just like a I don't know, just a whole bunch of different languages mixed all in together. And like, you know, and so sometimes this can cause problems. So I say this to say because we're gonna
like sense and sense.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, especially having a child and like trying to teach her how to read,
Asking
like,
all types of questions all the time. Like, man,
why does this? Why is this word used for this, but it sounds the same as the other word? Like, what?
Like you got good sense, or you have sense left over for $1.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the scent of smelling.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Change the word. Just give me a different word, man.
Right. So saying this to say is that we're going to talk about how the ancient Greeks defined love. And guess what? We just have one word for love, but they didn't have.
What's that word?
Huh? Love. That's it.
Right.
But they had a whole lot of words for love.
Nice.
And different types and very, a variety of loves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I really think that this is like, it seems like a small thing, but it's actually important because to me, this is how we answer this question of whether or not love is a feeling or a choice. It can be both if we had more than one word for love.
Right.
You know, like if we had a word for like the beginning love and we had a word for a deeper love.
Right.
Which is what they had. So we're
because it's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. So we're gonna dive into this of how the Greeks defined these different types of love. I found up to 8 types.
8 types.
Yes, of love.
Okay.
But the book that Jason is talking about that I read, it was a book by C.S. Lewis, and it was called The 4 Types of Love. And so basically they're the same except for when he gets to the romantic type of love. I found that he lumped all the romantic type of love into one. And I found that there's actually like 2 more that's within that romantic type of love.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
So it's not. It just sounds worse than what it is.
Yeah.
It's
she did a lot of research on this, so some of this stuff I'm learning too along the way, but we're we listen to this podcast to get information, so nobody's an expert on anything really. I mean, like, to be honest, it's always something else you can learn about something, right? So we're not experts on love. We are learning love. That's why the title of the podcast is Loveology. It's the study of love. Right. So go ahead and dive in, baby.
So C.S. Lewis wrote this book, and he addressed 4 types of love, which is now this is Greek language, so I'm trying to figure out how the correct way to say it. Storge or storage, philia, Eros, and agape was the 4 that he talked about, and he also talked about the dangers of each type of love. We're gonna talk about all of them, but we're gonna mainly talk about Eros, which is romantic love, right? Okay. That's gonna be the main one that we talk about. The first one we're gonna jump right in. Storge or storage.
Or storge. I looked it up.
You looked up how to pronounce it?
Yeah, it says storge.
Okay.
So it could be a lot of different ways you pronounce it. Again, this is Greek.
Yeah, we're just not sure. People out here there who speak Greek, just let us know how to pronounce it properly, please.
Right, but it's spelled Storge.
Yeah. So this is the familiar love. So like the love that you feel for your family, mother, daughter, father, son, or father, daughter, the parents to their, so your cousins, just that familiar, type of love.
So going back to the original question, is it a choice or what?
I think that that's something that just happens. But I do think, now this is what C.S. Lewis talked about in his book, was that sometimes that does become a choice. To sometimes you can
cut your family off.
Yeah, like, but this familiar love that you have for people that you would normally love this person, sometimes it don't come naturally. Sometimes unfortunately happen with mothers and their children. So that's the first one, and we'll kind of come back to this
Right.
Later, but that's basically the gist of that, right?
Right.
So we have philia.
Philia, or sometimes people pronounce it phileo. Phileo?
I don't know. That's what you telling me, phileo.
Yeah, I know people heard of agape and phileo love.
Yeah.
So this is what
it's the same thing.
Just the phileo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's affectionate love, and it's more like brotherly love. So apparently Philadelphia is the root word is philia, which is, you know, the city of brotherly love. That's why they call themselves that. So that's where they're getting that from.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So
which I didn't know that before we dove into this. I think that's pretty awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, it's the love that you feel among friends, basically. Yeah. Jason's got some deep philia for one of his friends in particular.
One of my friends in particular. I got deep philia for all my friends.
Yeah.
My circle.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, Jason talks on the phone to this person every single day.
Well, guess what? I talked to
multiple times a day.
I talked to a few people multiple times.
And I actually had never seen, you know, before we started dating. I gotta go there, Jason. I'm sorry.
I mean, go for it. I'm just saying, you're not around me 24/7, so you don't know that I talk to multiple people a lot of times.
Well, Jason got deep philia for his friends. How about that? Because they talk to each other all the time.
Right.
And I didn't know that men could talk on the phone this much. Now I understand, because we've been separated from your friends for a long time.
Right.
So I understand that's how y'all communicate. Y'all can't just run and go see each other. But I'm just like, oh my God. When I first experienced it, I said, what in the world is this? What in the world is this?
So people that have friends, y'all understand me. I'm pretty sure. She just
But y'all, I talk to my bestie every day. Sometimes we on track where we talk every day. But she's also, you know.
But that's all. I mean, that's like your best friend.
Yeah,
so
you got like 4 best friends or something.
It's just like a circle.
Yeah,
so
I only have like
inner circle. I talk to you a lot. If you're in my outer inner circle, then I talk to you every once in a while. But we, still all love.
Oh, Jesus.
It's all philia. Phileo.
Okay, and so then we're going to go to eros, which is a sexual or passionate love and desire. So this is mostly related to our modern idea of romantic love. So we're going to go back to C.S. Lewis, because C.S. Lewis basically, like I said, he lumped all sorts of romantic love. And this is the first one that we are discussing, but there's a couple of more that's below. He lumped all of the romantic love inside of eros. Okay. So what were you about to say?
No, I'm just saying, but you said all of it. So is it just 2? Or
what do you mean?
You said all of the romantic love inside of eros.
Yeah, there's a couple of more that we're going to go through.
Okay.
But he discussed it in this general, yes. But it can be broken down even more.
Right.
So what I found is that eros, the way that it's defined in other the way other people defined it, was like, this is the butterflies, this is the falling in love, this is the hot, passionate, the thing that everybody just can't wait to do. Everybody just want to feel that feeling of, I can't stop thinking about you.
It's the Cinemax love.
Why I got to be the Cinemax love? Well, I guess so. Yeah.
Sweaty.
Yeah, and apparently this is the thing that the Greeks were like mostly afraid of, because it just like overtakes you. And so what was it like when you first did this? Did you feel this with me at all?
For sure.
So what was it like? Tell the people.
Well, was it with my just me falling in love with you?
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy the feeling. Some people, I guess, are afraid of it because they can't. They lose control or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually enjoy it because I can trust you. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you more about me, and I can learn you, and it's a journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very adventurous person, so it's like we get to start this journey together. So it's like a cool start of a movie. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just that's what I love it.
Yeah.
You know,
I actually don't think most people see it that way though. As like this journey. I'm talking about like so this is what I feel like is the feeling.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about like just being swept up into like, oh my God, you know. But you don't look at it that way.
No, like it's
you,
love. I mean, it's like it's good. Like, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
but you know what I mean? Like it's like really exciting at first.
Yeah.
Would you say that when we first got together? Yeah. It was really exciting.
Yeah, when you stay on the phone for 6 hours
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the whole point. It's a journey. That's what I'm saying. It's a journey. So you starting this journey with each other.
But I think a lot of people expect for it to be that passionate and exciting the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Well, public service announcement. It's not going to be like that the whole entire time. That's just the beginning because you're learning each other and you're you know, the butterflies and all that. It's just something new.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. It's like when you go speak to a whole bunch of people in front of a crowd. You know, I think all the speakers they say they still get those butterflies in their stomach because it's new people, it's a new audience, it's a new venue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just new. So that's all it is. Like when you get your new car, you're excited about it in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But as you go on, you don't necessarily want to get rid of your car because it's old. You just, you trust it now. You know what it can do. You know how the gas light come on. Oh, I know my car. You don't try to tell me when to get gas. you know your car now. So, it's just a journey. That's all it is.
Right. And so like, but some people are extremely like, because they don't understand what that, they are extremely disappointed. Like they want, like, I don't know. They just want it to feel that way all the time. And it's like, basically I think if we kind of had this idea that this is what it's like in the beginning and it's going to change, like this is a type of love, right?
Love is ever evolving.
Yeah, this is a type of love. And now it's going to, if you stay together over time, this type of love is going to change into something else.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Like if the Greeks felt this way, and we're going to go over what they said that love changes into. Mm-hmm. It is still another type of love. But some people feel like if they're not feeling like the excitement and, they're not in love anymore.
Right.
Well, maybe just at a different type of love.
Different stage.
A different stage of love. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching a Red Table Talk and Common got a new book out or something. And he said that he used to feel like, because he desired somebody that was love. And I'm just like, well, It is. Yeah. It's a type of love.
Right.
Maybe it might not be the healthiest for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's clarify desire though, like how he what he meant by that.
I actually don't know. Oh, but okay. this one is Eros is about physical too. Mm-hmm. It's like sexual desire but that's important. Like
right.
If you're gonna be with somebody your whole life, I think there needs to be some sort of sexual desire there too. Like right. Let's not just throw that out the window.
Well, Dave had that awesome quote on our previous episode.
Yeah.
Said, what did he say, love?
He said something about...
he said the outside would bring me there, but the inside would keep me there.
Yeah.
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 So,
but, awesome. So because he basically corrected me because he was like physical and I was like, let's go internal. So, but sometimes like all the time, we need to have that physical attraction too. Because that's important. Exactly. Right. Sex is important. So anyways, so kind of back to what C.S. Lewis said. We're going back to Sturge or Sturge. How did I say his
Sturge.
He actually referred to this as gin. So like
gin and juice.
Yes, okay. Like gin. So you can drink. Alcohol. So gin you can drink by itself.
Correct.
But it's also a base for other drinks like gin and juice, right? Mm-hmm. Add a little juice in there, add a little something else, right? Mm-hmm. So he was like, sometimes when you're in love, Storge is like this familiar sort of love, so it's like more affectionate. So every time we kiss, is it always passionate?
No.
Let's get down, let's have sex?
No.
Or Is it, also like this affectionate kiss that you might even kiss your sister, like on the
No.
cheek?
Oh,
Haven't you
on the
kissed me
cheek.
on the cheek before?
Yeah, for sure.
Not on the lips.
Like on the lip, like at the paw. Like, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah, sometimes you just kiss me in a very
Yeah, for sure.
forehead
or
non-sensual way.
Correct.
And that's just another form of love. Like
Right.
we got a little dash of orange juice in our gin.
Right.
All right. Or no, this the other way. Wait. We got, when we kiss passionately, we got a dash of orange juice in our gin, because gin is like the base.
Right. Exactly.
So anyways, so yeah, it's basically there's different types of love all involved in a relationship sometimes. It's also in friendship. But okay. So back to philia as well. So sometimes the best kind of friendship, the best philia love, can be between lovers. Because when you say we're friends,
you're my best friend.
Oh, that's so sweet. Jason is my best friend too.
Yeah.
So philia, sometimes you could be like, so would you say we were friends first or were we lovers first?
It was friends first.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
I really didn't. Why do you think we were friends first?
Well, you gotta get to know a person, and you make that bond first on an intellectual level first before we became lovers.
But we're talking about friends, like the way that you and your friends are. Were we friends first or were we lovers?
The way me and my friends are is still different than how we are. You know what I'm saying? So no.
No, I think we was lovers first and then we became friends.
Why do you say that?
Because the more time we spend with each other, the more that we know each other. So like, I think that we had like the recipes of being a friend, but it's kind of like when I think of the reverse, I think of people who were actually friends. I guess you were never in the friend zone.
I see what you're saying.
You were never in the friend zone. Like you came at me with the
right,
with the intent of being in a relationship.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yes. So it was always,
you talking about like friends for a long time. Right?
I mean, maybe not even a long time, but just people who like were friends and then they became lovers.
Yeah, we wasn't friends like that. We knew each other, but I felt like in order to, I felt like we became friends and then we became lovers. That's just me. But I see what you're saying.
No, I think we were lovers first and then we became friends. But anyways, but I think that our friendship definitely strengthens our relationship now, right?
Correct.
Because people always say, get married to your best friend or whatever.
Right.
And I think that's true. Like I actually like you. Like I just like the person that you are.
Right.
Some stuff gets on my nerves, of course, but but I like the person that you are.
Right.
So, so moving on to the next one is called ludus or playful love.
Luda, like ludicrous.
Maybe that's where ludicrous come from. What does the word ludicrous mean? Like actually, like, I know it's crazy or whatever, but anyways, I don't even know why I'm asking that. You gonna look it up? Okay, so I'll keep talking while you look that up. But so I think that this is what people are doing now, because so many people are afraid of like going into a deep love that they want to just keep it casual. You know what I'm saying? Casual sex and like no strings attached.
I think and here's the definition: ludicrous, so foolish, unreasonable, or out of place as to be amusing, ridiculous.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's like the root of that this word is the root of that word, but anyway, so the Greeks thought of ludus as a playful form of love between like young lovers. This can be teasing and flirting,
like
and
puppy love.
Yeah, like puppy love. But as I was continuing doing research, people was also saying that it is like this uncommitted love too. So like the players, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a game,
Right.
Lying is a part of the game, and people kind of pursue you just to conquer you.
Right.
What's your experience with that, Jason? Do you have and people like these type of people may find it hard to commit to one person because they get bored easily or something, and they just like that excitement. They like
Right.
the fun of the chase and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I was out there, I again on Love After Heartbreak, I talked about how I broke hearts and some I didn't even know I broke, but but my thing was I was out there playing the field, what have you, but I would try to be honest as best as I could. I would let them know that I'm right now. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just having fun.
Right.
And so, but I guess they would be attracted to the fun that we would have, and they want more. And once I understand that, okay, we're just on different pages, and you're trying to push this further than what I'm trying to push it, I have to cut it off. So that's some of my experiences with that. I think it's okay to be in that type of love, but I think it's dangerous. You just got to be very very honest with the person or the people.
Well, maybe you don't even know like that's what you're going through in that stage, because like I said, sometimes people just get excited. They just want to feel that excitement that comes along with having a new partner. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it is exciting, but
Right.
it's just like, okay, well, how long are you going to do that? You just go keep bouncing from person to person.
Yeah, basically.
But like I said, I think where we go wrong is like not acknowledging that as a love, because sometimes people are in love at that moment. Like they in Luda's love. Like
Right.
they really love this person.
And some people say, man, I love the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, man. This, and some people I know personally, fell in love with the game, so they was probably in Luda's love by, dating multiple women at different time, and it's just a part of love.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You like that one?
That's real. Luda.
And so back to C.S. Lewis, like I said, he lumped everything into one category, which is eros, but he just defined it as romantic love. But he talked about passion as being the dive into the water. And so I kind of, as I was thinking about the Ludas, I felt like that this is kind of what he was talking about. But it was like basically once the person is, so they love the excitement of diving in, know, but once the person is done with the dive, they expect falling in love to be exactly like
the dive.
Yeah. So some people just love the feeling of the dive into the water, and they expect for being in love to feel like the dive.
Right.
But no, it's two different things. But when they get in the water and they don't feel it anymore, then they climb out and go dive into another pool.
Correct.
I think that
some
was
people
good.
just like diving.
I think that was a good visualization of that. Right.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, C.S. Lewis also talked about like the downfalls and of every type of love. And I think that, some playfulness is important, in a long term relationship.
Right.
If it's not this negative part of it, which is getting out of the pond, you know what I mean?
Right,
getting out of the swimming pool. But like just like the silliness, the flirting, with each other. You know what I mean?
So let's go back to that whole diving in the pool and swimming and all that good stuff in terms of a relationship. Is it okay in a long-term relationship to get out of the pool and dive right back into the same pool again? Is that still the act of swimming, or is it?
No. I mean, explain to me.
Because some people just enjoy the dive, right? And so the dive is just the initial thing, something like dating, right? And some people say you should keep dating, right? So do you feel like that's like getting out the pool and diving back again? Is that dating to you?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's important to always just keep dating, no matter how long you've been in a relationship with that person.
Yeah.
Try to set some time out. Like one of my good friends, every Tuesday they go on a date, they go to the movies. I think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
You know, keep that up. You know, when y'all had them kids, it's gonna slow down a little bit, but I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's why a lot of people give that advice of like date your spouse because of that feeling, you know, like I said, so this playfulness of like it being new and all that stuff, even though it's not, but just going on a date and experiencing new things that can help keep that up, you know. But sometimes people will get like, you know, sometimes people never make it past this type of love, right? And so keeping the don't throw it out, right? Keeping that element of it, of the playfulness, like you said, like dating your spouse and all that, that helps keep the long-term relationship healthy, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We need to go on a date.
We do. We're going to go on a date this week.
We haven't been on a date in a while.
We haven't been on a date in 7 months.
Yeah, this baby. Our dates is going to the doctor and
or just curling up on the couch and watching Netflix,
which is awesome.
Yeah, like we enjoy that too, but we definitely need to go out, which we're doing this week, everyone. But like I said, so we're gonna go, and now this is like a good example of like, well, just because we couldn't go on a date for 7 months, do we break up with one another?
No.
Do we get depressed? Do we get sad? No. I think we need to, but it's nothing to like, you know, it just is what it is. We got a baby and we live away from our families and stuff, and so it's hard. We don't really like babysitters with him being this young, so you know, it just is what it is.
Exactly.
And we're best for where it got filial love, so we can just have fun, just chilling and watching TV.
Yeah, and so so I hope everybody's kind of grasping these are different types of love, but it's kind of like Captain Planet. You want to have, because you got all these different, you know, they create go planet. But so you
did you watch Captain Planet the other day?
Yeah, I did.
I love Captain Planet.
Yeah, I was hot.
I
think I was the guy that was a heart.
Oh, heart.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was.
Was it a Chinese girl that wore yellow?
Yeah.
I was her for some reason.
I don't know if you're mixing up Power Rangers too, because Trini, I was a Power Ranger fan. Anywho.
Yeah, she was the first Yellow Ranger.
You want to have all these different types of love, or for our new listeners, with Avengers and the Infinity Gauntlet, you want to have multiple experiences in these different types of love to create the main love, right? Yeah. You don't just want one. You just don't. You want to try to grasp them all.
Okay.
And that can be
well, you don't want to grasp this next one, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I want to grasp the next one. Try to grasp all the good ones then. Go for it.
The next one is mania or obsessive love.
What's wrong with being obsessive with my woman?
Oh, no. We don't need that in life.
Look, that's when folks get to try to kill people.
That's the Lifetime movies come out.
Oh, Lord. No.
Acrimony.
Look, but hey, sometimes it happens.
Yes, so sometimes
so talk about it. What's let's break it down.
Well, it's the type of love that leads a partner into a type of madness and obsessiveness. And for the people who experience it, most of the time, it's because they want love to rescue them. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Break it down.
Well, they probably got a low self-esteem and they just feel like they just need this person. You know what I'm saying?
Because this person maybe is their they got emptiness inside, and this person feels that void. Right.
The person that they love, they this how they find their self-value. And
maybe
you know,
through like words of affirmation or something. This person is giving them a whole bunch of words of affirmation, telling them, "Hey, you're beautiful."
No, I wouldn't say that.
Not like that.
No, I mean maybe.
Right. Don't just shoot my stuff down. Yeah, it's a possibility.
Well, it's a possibility, but I'm just talking about
you may not go through it, right?
Okay,
go for it.
Anyway, so you know, like this whole thing of I need you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like actually, like.
Yeah.
I can.
Do you need me? Do you need me?
Oh, I think this is a trap.
Come on. Do you need me?
Listen, It's when people say, I should have gave this example. Wait. I'm answering your question.
Okay.
But of like when people say, I can't live without you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I can live. Now, when somebody start talking about they can't live without you, they kind of moving over into this area and they really believe it.
It's
Like,
mania love.
Yeah, actually, I can live without you. Now, do I want to live without you?
Correct.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Like, I want you in my life. There is this quote, and it says that immature love says that I love you because I need you.
I love you because I need you. That's immature love.
Yes, and mature love says I need you because I love you.
Mm.
So basically, if your only reason for loving somebody
Mm-hmm.
is because you need them, like I need you to make me happy, I need you to love
Right,
me, I need
right.
you to do all of these things for me,
Right.
that makes me love you. That's immature.
That's immature love.
Right. So mature
'Cause
love,
you technically don't need me.
if you love yourself and you're a self-sufficient person,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't need you to make me happy.
Right.
I don't need you to love me to love myself.
Right.
So to say I love you because only because I need you. I just need you, Jason. That's the only reason why I love you.
Right.
No.
Right.
You know. But to say I need you because I love you,
Right.
it says I love you first.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
because I love you, I need you in my life.
That's a great quote, but I
Mhm.
just, the fact that they're still using the same word need, and it's like I just feel like it should be like I really want you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love you, so therefore I really want you because you still really don't need
No.
me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll ask you the question, do you need me? So the answer is what?
Yes.
Yes, but not really. Because you can go on and live your life without me. You don't necessarily need. I need oxygen,
Yes.
right?
But I love you, so I want you.
Right.
Right?
But you don't need me.
I mean, well, is to be loved is a human need.
Yeah.
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 So I guess I need you.
But you can get love
From somebody else.
from dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's why people have animals, because they want that unconditional love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Oh, and the friendship love also is animals and people too, by the way. Philia.
oh, okay.
That can mean people with animals. Their friendship with dogs.
Yeah.
Like you do get love from dogs.
Right. Exactly.
So
Not the eros love from dogs and goats.
yeah, we don't want none of that.
Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with some people's heads, but it happens. But
Oh no.
you better get on that internet.
No, thank you. I don't want to see that. Yeah, so just desperately needing a person. I need to know where you at all the time and all this stuff. No. But people would say, well, that's not love. But like I said, if we had different words for love,
Right.
then it is a type of love. Like this person that's feeling this, even though it's a very negative thing,
Right.
they do feel love.
Right.
But it's a crazy love. We don't want
Right.
that type of love. It's
Right.
bad love.
Exactly. I think, I mean, real talk. I know my ex, when we broke up,
Mm-hmm.
it was tough for me because, like I said, I had love for her and her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So what type of loves do those fall under?
What?
Is it
A love for her and her daughter?
Yeah, so I had the Store J love, that's the base. And I had some filial love with her and her daughter because me and her daughter play, right? But we played together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Affectionate. Yeah.
philia.
Yeah.
And again, these are Greek words, so might not be pronouncing them just properly, but you just work with us, okay? Ludus, playful. No, Ludus wouldn't be playful.
Yeah, it's like flirting.
He'll just be with her. So I had a lot of different loves tied up into them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
that's why it can turn into mania. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could, if they get wrapped up with all these different types of loves, and then when it kind of feel like it's about to go away, it can turn into mania.
Well, I think that from what I've seen, the research is saying is basically about the person and your self-esteem, about the fact that you feel like you can't go on without this person, like you need this person. That's how we got on the conversation of needing.
Right.
It's about how you feel about yourself, and you need them to fill your cup so much. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't feeling it yourself, right?
Right.
So I think that's the difference. Like, I think you're just talking about like heartbroken or whatever, you know? But
moving right along.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to be confused. So
makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense, email us at loveologypodcast@gmail.com.
So the next one is philotia.
Philotia.
I think I said that right. So, or self-love. So there's two types of self-love.
Let's spell it. I'm going to spell it for him.
Okay, spell it.
Philautia. Philotia.
So this is self-love. Now, we're not talking about selfishness, but I mean, it's two types of self-love. So we're talking about the person that one is the person that's just totally
not just to be clear, not freaky self-love, right?
No, what are you talking about?
Just trying to be clear for everybody.
Okay, no, we're talking about the love you feel for yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so some people take it into an unhealthy thing of like self-obsession and vanity, extreme selfishness. That's one of them, but we're going to talk about the healthy kind, which is just a person that really has a deep understanding of themselves. They accept themselves for who they are. They're comfortable in their own skin. It's just important to love yourself.
Right, exactly.
Basically.
So why you don't love my belly?
What?
I done lost my abs.
Oh Lord!
And she
well, now
I got my belly. It's not a beer belly. It's a water belly.
I love you. It's not that big yet, so we keeping tabs on it for sure. Because
I was doing sit-ups, but I was just doing 10 a night.
Okay, we're gonna have to do something.
I gotta get back doing my sit-ups, y'all.
Yeah, cause
my wife gonna leave me.
Hey, listen. I told him when we first got together. I said, listen,
you gonna make folks think you gonna leave me for real?
No. Please, I wouldn't leave you for that, but it would be nice. I don't want it to get bigger. Okay, just to be honest, because I told you, I said them bellies. It's rough on me. It's
and that's her preference.
Sexual desire is important, right?
That's her preference. Yeah. So it look like the outside gonna bring you there, and the outside gonna keep you there too, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'm gonna do my sit-up.
But you're fine right now. You're good. You still got a little. You still got a little while to go before it would become unattractive to me. I'd be like, okay, right. Jason.
And just to be clear, is nothing wrong with different sizes. If you're a little bit on the heavier side, that's fine. Just Ashley is not attracted to that.
Yeah. Right.
So, it's always just know while we on this topic, Philotia, be happy for who you are.
Yeah.
Fall in love with you. So when you meet that person that may not like that part of you, then you don't have to be with them because you love you. You're not pulling love from them. You're pulling love from self. And you eventually meet that person that loves you for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
I think that's what people, I just heard something on TV where, especially for women, where they were like, you were too concerned with being the right woman for him. And you wasn't concerned if he the right man for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what you need to be concerned about.
Get y'all some Philotia and love thyself.
Yes.
It's probably one of the most important loves to love.
Yeah, because in my opinion, you can't really truly love somebody on a deep level, the next love that we're going to talk about, right? Unless you love yourself. Maybe you can have all these other loves, maybe. Like these little surface level love.
Right.
But to get to that deep love, you're going to need to love yourself for sure. You can get that mania love.
Right. Yeah. That's going to come.
If you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
And, I think a lot of times for Christians out there, this scripture in the Bible, first we have one great commandment. Well, we have two really great commandments, and one is to love God, and then the second one is to love your neighbor as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we just gloss over that love as you love yourself.
Right.
But that is like so important.
Right.
Like, I cannot love my neighbor. It says love my neighbor as I love myself.
Right.
So if I'm not loving myself, how can I love my neighbor? I don't know how to do that.
Exactly. And
Right.
that's why we have a lot of, in this day and time, it's a lot going on with racism. And
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times they don't even love themselves.
Yeah.
So they just take it out on everybody else.
Right. And you're fearful. If you're confident in who you are
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that, you good, why am I going to be jealous or fearful of anything that anybody else can bring to the table? I don't know. It's all love. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, haters are
Yeah.
people who hate themselves.
They hate it, most of the time. Whatever they hating on is they're very insecure about that within themselves.
And they want that.
Yes.
But they can't get it in their mind. So therefore, they're going to hate on you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Look, y'all can do it. All the haters out there, you can do it. Just go for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stop the hate.
Yeah.
You can have whatever you want in life. Just do it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Come on.
So now we at pragma. So this is the enduring love.
Ooh,
This
pragma.
Yes, this is what me and Jason in. We're in this pragma.
I want some pragma tonight.
No, that's eros. Okay.
Nah, this pragma. This is enduring. We're going Let me stop.
So yeah, so it's that mature love is developed over time. It's beyond being physical,
Yeah.
it's but like I said, it can, I think, in order for pragma to really be really great, you got to have all these other types of love in it.
Right.
But this is the choice. This is being in love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is standing in love.
Standing in love.
I didn't come up with that. Somebody else. I don't want to steal
okay.
that. So
I was about to say, put a T-shirt on that.
I don't know. In my research
See if
somewhere,
that's trademark.
maybe we can still put it on a T-shirt.
Standing in love. Man. Because the wind gonna blow, that rain gonna hit you,
Yeah,
but you still standing there,
yeah.
taking on the world. I love it.
So I can't remember which writer, maybe C.S. Lewis said it, but a writer said it. I can't even take credit for that. So,
Right.
but it's a great one.
Yeah.
It's a great phrase, standing in love, and and it's patience and tolerance and working on your relationship. And so I guess in the why I can't say that word, visualization.
Visualization.
The C.S.
Visualization. You got to see her mouth. It's funny.
That C.S. Lewis was talking about as far as like comparing love to the dive.
Mm-hmm.
And so being pragma is that swimming. You stand in that pool or pond or wherever you dived into, and you are swimming and you working and you swimming,
Right.
And I don't know what the destination is, but it's just
The destination is death.
yeah, I guess so. So until you
That's where
die, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. To death do us part.
Yeah. So yes. So this takes time, and I think that of course, once you get into a marriage, it becomes this. It becomes this. This is the choice. This is no longer. Of course, we feel, excitement sometimes, and ludus sometimes. We're being playful and all this other stuff. But the decision to be in a relationship, be tolerant, be patient, and stay in love with somebody and just love them. This is what you are doing now, right? So, yeah. So that's the one that we working toward, I guess. But like I said, unfortunately, a lot of people feel like they think that it's always supposed to be happy and butterflies,
Right. Right. No, it's not.
Yeah, the entire time.
Because I do things that that can be very frustrating.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, of course, because we're not perfect. So,
right.
Well,
Yeah.
So, and then the last one that they talked about is now I don't know why C.S. Lewis said agape, but
Agape. Again, this is Greek, y'all. So I know he says agape, and maybe that's correct in certain areas of the world, but we know it as
agape
love.
Yes, and that's that selfless love. That's a spiritual, just love that beats all loves.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the question I have for you, I remember, growing up, a lot of us know agape and phileo. That's what we say a lot, or philia.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about the same thing. When someone says phileo or philia or philia, all the same. It's just different. We're just saying it differently. All right.
Yeah.
So some people say that, phileo love is the love of humans, and agape love is the love of God, and men can't, or humans can't love in a agape way.
Yes.
So what do you say to that?
So basically, yes, agape love is the love of God. God is love itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so something that C.S. Lewis pointed out is that we don't need to gloss over the fact that God created us. Mm-hmm. If you're Christian, so if you believe in this, God created us without any need at all.
Right.
Because love is giving without needing anything.
Right.
So he is love itself is to give.
Right.
So he gave us life.
Right.
And then he gave us his son, and all the Christians know what I'm talking about, right? And so so we can get agape love from him, and we can share it to other people. But it comes from him. It's a gift from God.
It's just unconditional love.
Right.
That's all it is.
Unconditional love.
So the love you have for your children is unconditional. And I totally get it.
Yeah.
Right. And so we can give agape love. Right. And shoot, I got unconditional love for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of it. Now, can we give unconditional love to pets?
Yeah, some people do. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, because sometimes those pets not doing, like, I don't understand cats. That's just me. I don't want a cat. I like dogs because they showed me, they wagging their tail, they licking on you. And I know some cats can be, can be kind of affectionate, but it's like, man, cats are weird. They just, some of them just kind of go and come as they please, and it seems like the cats feel like they are the king of the house or the queen of the house, and you're just a peasant that's sent to feed them every now and then. But
yeah. So I think you bringing up a good example, a good point about, so basically, like, the purpose of all of the way C.S. Lewis called it was natural loves, and like I said, he just spoke about four, so storge and storge or whatever, philia and eros, even, because sometimes, like, you put yourself, like, your personal feelings aside for me sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And I do the same thing for you most of the time, and so we're experiencing that agape love of, like, I just want to give to you,
right,
and without any regard of what I need, or I don't have a need, I just want to give to you. But in order, like, all of these natural loves are driving us toward agape, but they cannot sustain themselves. We need the grace of God to help us sustain these natural loves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're giving these examples of, like, ways that we're experiencing it, but I can say that maybe some parent-child relationships can be strained to the point where you're just like, no, I don't love you anymore. Right? You know what I'm saying? It can actually turn to hate. You know what I'm saying?
You get no more agape for me.
So that's why I think C.S. Lewis was trying to make a serious point about that these natural loves cannot sustain themselves, and you need agape love to make those things agape. And they're at certain points, they do teach us how to love in an agape way, but they're still driving us toward that source.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool as we're going through this, kind of relating these different types of love to. It's kind of hard for me not to think about, like I said, Captain Planet, them forming together these each individual things, water, fire, heart, wind. You know what I'm saying? All these different things to come together to get this most powerful thing to defeat evil. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with Power Rangers. Each one had their special thing, but they formed together. Avengers. they each have their own individual thing, but they form together to defeat evil, because love is the greatest thing around.
Right.
And what's the opposite of love? Hate or evil.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of unique, you know. You once you really break it down and realize, you know, some people say, "Well, I've never been in love before," but you actually have.
Yeah, in some form of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we only have one word, so it's just difficult to discern. Hey, this is love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for y'all to say I ain't never been in love before, yeah, you probably have. Most
Right.
likely. Right.
Yeah, you felt the love of your parents, or you felt the love of a friend, or
And you gave it back.
yeah.
You may not, probably can't remember,
Mm-hmm.
but shoot, I know my son is 7 months and he loves me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he loves you. You know, it's just natural.
Right.
So is it a feeling or a choice? It's both.
Right. Absolutely. And some more in between that, I think. You know, some more things in between that, right?
Oh yeah.
So, Jason, this is the problem, because I've always felt like a very loving person. So
What type of loving person? Go ahead.
all of them, agape.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Yeah.
I'm just like so giving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I had to later learn that, you know, most of the time it's the reverse. I don't know what's wrong with me, but most people like learn how to be giving or whatever. And I was just popped out the womb like giving, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, but, and so over time, after I had been hurt so much because I'm such a giving person,
Right.
that I started to pull back a lot. So,
Give us an example when you was hurt in the past in a relationship off of being given.
I mean, it's so easy to be, you know, taken advantage of when you're just a nice person that will do what people ask you to do. I feel like my love is, you know, is basically agape is the purest form of love. I'm not claiming to be agape or whatever,
Right.
but I'm saying that like when I love you, I just genuinely want to give to you, and
Right.
it's like no problem.
I remember real quick. I remember one situation where one of my exes, I paid for her books for school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like, hey, this is for the betterment of us.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We're in love, so you're gonna, you know, get your education, get a degree. So I pay for your books. You know what I'm saying? Big deal. You know, it's not a big deal. I'm helping. My right leg is helping my left leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But when we broke up, part of her nanny boo boo was, and I got you paid for my books. Well, yeah, that's what you do when you're in love.
Yes.
like shame on you. You use me for that, and it's like, oh man, I feel sad for you because you're happy that you got that. You could have had way much more.
Right.
So you got some books out of me. Like, oh, great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just had to touch on that real quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I totally agree with you, but I think that like for me, I think that we can't talk about this without talking about like people not giving their love. He said this is not agape if you choosing who you give your love to, because you're supposed to give it to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe there's like maybe you can love somebody but not be with them because they are not capable, or they just haven't reached that capacity.
What about
to
loving them from a distance?
Yeah, loving them from a distance, because I just don't want somebody to hear this and say, well, I'm giving to them, but they just they just dragging you down through there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
just dragging
No
you.
remorse.
Yes. And it's just like, well, okay, so when does self-love step in? I need some help with this. Like, you know, like, I mean, I'm saying like explaining this, because like how to really know when to draw the line of like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I love you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance.
Yeah.
Loving you doesn't mean that we should tie our lives together. Like,
Yeah.
because I remember I used to work with this guy. He was just so hateful. And he was like, his ex did some mean stuff to him. And he asked me, he was like, so if your ex was hungry, you would feed him? I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely. Why would I not? I mean, he did something,
Because I still love them as a person.
Yes. And he was like, no, she can't get anything. I was like, oh my God.
Ruthless. That's that mania. That's what that is.
Jeez. Okay. So I just want to like put that out there of like, because like I said, it took me a while to understand not to, to give so much that I was harming myself.
Right.
Because if I'm not full and whole and if I'm given to the point of depletion, and I'm talking about energy, not financial, there can be one situation, but we just even talking about just your energy and your time.
Yes.
And you're just giving.
Yes.
And you haven't take time to like replenish yourself.
Right.
I'm gonna run up and I can't do what I do.
Right. Yeah. I just look at it as if you're giving every, a lot away, and let's say you got a whole bunch of food and you steady giving it to people, and you're the only one in this village, so to speak, that has access to this food, and you're steady giving it to everybody that's coming asking, here you go, you can have this, but you don't take the time to eat yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna pass away. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that has access to this particular food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you have to take some time for yourself. You have to self-love. I'm all for self-love.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. You gotta self-love. And to when do you draw the line? I don't know if it's an actual line. I think it's just an area, and it's just a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I say if anything makes me frown, too many times, like, maybe question. I want to get a little clarification, and I don't want to go into that space.
Yeah.
Too many times. If I'm in that space too many times, then it's like, no, something got to switch. Something got to change. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to take care of yourself.
Right.
That's a good example with couples that are separated and have children, or not even separated. They're in a tough relationship, right? And they have their children there, and it's like, well, I want to be there for my kids. I got a couple of people I know, a couple of homies. Hey, I want to be there for my kids, but it's like, yeah, you in this tough, difficult relationship, right? And I try to tell one of my guys that, man, what good are you to your son if you in this tough relationship, you getting beat up, you getting, going in and out. You're not even a good father for him. So no, you gotta go.
Yes.
You gotta go and get he got married to somebody else, and now he's a great father. Yes, they live different, further apart, but he's a great father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to self-love, man.
Yeah. And I this is good. The point that you bring up about being a parent is like, so I think that really, even though I still struggle with it because there's so much to do,
Right.
but it really did teach me a lot about the fact that I have to take care of myself. As simple and crazy as it is, but breastfeeding taught me that, because like if you exclusively breastfeeding, like I have to eat.
Yes. Yes.
I have to rest because I want to produce milk for my baby. I cannot do that if I don't eat. Like if I don't eat, I can't produce no milk for my baby.
Right.
And so it's like, yes, it's like really taught me like, man, I have to be straight. I have to be straight. And then of course, like in other ways, just having a daughter, and the older that she gets, she just watch me all the time.
Right.
And she's learning so much from me. And it just puts a mirror up to your face, and any little negative thing that you do, they're going to shine it right back at you.
Right.
And you just, it definitely, I don't know if it's because I have a daughter, but it just definitely like made me think about who I am and what am I showing my daughter every single day.
Right.
Because she absorbs it all. And so it's just so important for me to have myself together for her,
Right.
Right. So anyways, so this has been very interesting.
Man, it's a deep dive.
Yes.
But these one of those podcasts you probably have to listen to over a few times.
Yeah. And hopefully I didn't jumble over it too much. But.
Well, I mean, it's just, it's a lot. It really is. It's a lot to take in. You just read one book. So it's hundreds of books that you can read and you still won't get a full grasp of everything. You see what I'm saying? Love it's the greatest thing of all. So if it's something that is the greatest, that's a lot to learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I think we did a great job. Thank you for reading the book. Thank you for doing.
Yeah, I did some more research too.
Yeah, obviously, right. Yeah. Thank you for all the research that you've done.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you, honey.
And hopefully we can start a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this is all about. We just giving out conversation starters. Hopefully on Wednesday we can talk more about it. But go ahead, love.
So yes, this quote from C.S. Lewis books, and his book was the 4 love types. I really like this one. So to wrap it all up, to answer this question, he said that love by itself would not keep us in love, or not for very long. Falling in love is something that happens to us. Being in love, still more remaining permanently in love, is something that we do. I could take that still more remaining. I don't know why he put those in there. I understand what he's saying, but we don't speak like that anymore. But basically, falling in love, something that happens to us. Being in love is something that we do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So, and then I also like this. This is the last thing, but I also like that he compared it to a garden. He compared love to a garden. So he said it's a glorious thing. A garden is a glorious thing. It's full of life and it gives us life, but we can't trust our garden to weed and prune itself. The garden left to nature will no longer be a garden. So we got to work on it. And then he was also relating it to God being like the tender. I mean, what is the word? The person that oversees the garden?
Overseer.
Yeah, like the overseer, and brought it back to we need the grace of God to help us with all these loves, right?
Right. So, when some people say love is work, love is work. Love is action. Yes, love is action. Love is all of that. Those sayings that we say, love is all of that.
Yes.
Right? So it's not one or the other. It's just a different part of love, right? Are there stages to love? Yes. There are stages to love. Is there love at first sight? Yes.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
No, it is.
Eros, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it love is all of that.
So when are we gonna start the petition to like get this included in the English language? We should just do it.
Just
people. How do we do this?
Just like bling bling came about. And now it's in the dictionary. There's all these different words. Ain't. You just gotta say it. So
right.
we loveologists. I'm tasking you with a very important task. Spread the word. Spread the love, and not just love, but we talking about eros. We talking about phileo. We talking about agapo. We talking about not mania.
Not mania.
Look, you don't want to spread mania, but people need to know about these different types of love because that's what's stopping the growth of love, right?
Yeah,
that's we gotta weed it out.
Yeah,
so we gotta help. We every human being has a task of growing love. If you're not growing it, you're killing it. So that means you're a hater. Don't be a hater. Loveologists, let's love.
Yep.
Let's go out and love, right?
Yep.
So that's our show for today.
Yeah.
I think it was a good show, babe.
Woo.
I like it. Don't forget to rate and review our podcast. Whatever platform you're on. It could be Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, Radio Public. Man, we own pretty much everything, right? So rate and review. Wednesday, man, this Wednesday is gonna be a great live discussion. So if you didn't know, Wednesday we do live discussions on Facebook, and it's 6:00 Pacific Standard Time. Central Time's at 8:00. If you're on the East Coast, it's at 9 p.m. So this is gonna be a great Wednesday discussion, talking about all these different types of loves.
Yeah,
I really expect a lot of questions in the comment section. I really want to go. Let's go hard on this one right here, guys. So yeah, definitely spread this love. And I also don't forget that it's summertime, right? I hate to date this podcast in a particular time of year, but it's summertime, and we have those white Loveology t-shirts that you can wear in the sun, right? So go to www.loveologypodcast.com to get some of that merchandise that we have on there. And if you don't have money, that's fine. Just share the love. Share the Loveology. Share the love. And we're good with that.
Yes, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and thank y'all so much for listening.
Thank y'all so much. And y'all have a blessed one. We'll catch y'all next week.
All right.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Loveology podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.